Hi, welcome to Tuesday. Right hand shots here. Steve, Eric's here, Paul's here, Kapla's here. Can't stay long, he has Zoom chatting. David Ellis is here. Skipping by people. Stay as long as I can keep my eyes open. It's 0045. 0045. That's 12:45. See how quick I was? Betting 3 minutes late? I don't think so. I don't think I was 3 minutes late. Maybe one. Maybe not even one. Todd. Oh, these guys. How's everybody doing? Oh, let's change to live chat. Oh, like less than a minute in. He remembers that? Wow. Oh, how's things? I'll wait for people to stop watching ads or what? Kapla's got it. Hit that thumbs up button, yo. Smash that. And make sure you ring the bell. And all that good stuff that I'm supposed to say. Doing okay for an old guy? Nice. Well, okay is better than not okay, my friend. David Ellis, good here. You? I'm good. I'm okay. Yep. Pretty okay. Tim's not bad. Has 2 guitars and 1 mandolin to repair and an antique desk. Hey, it's good to keep busy. I don't like doing repairs. I really don't. My parents actually just, I was at their place having dinner a week ago, something like that. I sat down on the chair and I'm not a little dude, but the chair shouldn't have done what it did, you know? And I went, and it's an old, well, not that old, 80s dining room set. It's a good quality dining room set. But I had an inkling that something had happened. So took the chair and I looked, and yeah, sure enough, one of the joints on the rails to the leg has started to come loose. So here I am thinking about whether I want to actually, because I'm going to fix it for them. But I'm thinking, do I want to take apart the chair and put it back together? How much do I want to take apart the chair and put it back together? Or would I rather just squidge some epoxy in there and clamp it? You know? Still t-shirt weather here in Florida. It's right on the edge of shop heater getting turned on weather here. It's like not quite there yet, but a few. Like if I came out first thing in the morning, I probably would turn it on. Kind of weather. It's like these days we're sort of 6 to 10 degrees. What's that in American? 40? 50 maybe? 46? I don't know. Somewhere in there. Somebody do a conversion for me. What's when the rest of the world says 7 degrees, what do the Americans call it? What's with you and janky chairs? This one isn't my janky chair. Todd. Had to take a month off to clear some land, prep site for a new magic house. MH. Magical house. He's making a new magical house. I'm also in the bed, dog laying against my side. That's a pretty good place to be. Heater on in my shop, although still only 3/4 built, but need to finish it. Your shop's 3/4 built? My heater would be on if my shop was only 3/4 built. I know it's called Fahrenheit, but you're the only people who use it. So 44.6. Okay. Is 7 degrees? So we hover right these days. Probably in the morning, it's like 40. And then right now, it's probably like 50. It's somehow 73 Fahrenheit where I live right now. Okay. That sounds like a pretty. I could do 73. What's that in regular people? Like 18, 19 degrees? Got frost last week. Its heater goes on in the truck in the morning weather. For sure. Like first thing in the morning when the truck's warming up, it's absolutely like heater gets cranked for a couple minutes first thing in the morning weather. What will it take to get you guys on like what the rest of the world uses for stuff? I understand like inches and feet and whatever like is probably never, but like Fahrenheit doesn't make sense. You keep your imperial measurements or whatever, but like Fahrenheit, that'll never change either. Doesn't matter if it makes sense. Doesn't matter. We're gonna do it our way, damn it. Brian's here. How you doing, my friend? Let's quickly do Mike's never had this food before, and then we'll get out. We'll start breaking down some chunks of wood that we'll talk about the why of this in a minute. Let's start at the start. Get the graphics department ready. We'll do this. We'll get this segment out of the way, and then we'll start getting into wood breakdown. Okay. So, okay. Oh, hey everybody! It's time for Mike's never had this food before. Yay! Everybody's favorite segment. Thanks, graphics department. All right, so on tonight's Mike's never had this food before. It's another chip-based product. This is a few chip-based products in a row, I think. Oh no, that's not true. Last week it was like chocolate nugget things. But tonight we are gonna try. I've never even seen this. I've never even seen the Old Dutch Ridgies. So Old Dutch's take on ripple chips, I suppose. The Old Dutch Ridgies Extra. Don't know what's extra about it. But I've also never had honey barbecue flavor potato chips. So I've never had the Old Dutch crinkle style, and I've never had honey barbecue. So, Old Dutch, oh, gluten-free. I didn't notice that. Boo. Give me my gluten. Natural flavors and colors. What do we got? Oh, this is a flavor illustration. It's not actually this. This is an illustration of the flavor. Feels like you shouldn't have to put that. The ultimate fusion of flavor and crunch. The ultimate fusion. By fusing together double the ridges. Oh, that's why it's Ridges Extra. Ridgies Extra, because it's got double the ridges, I guess. The savory flavor of honey barbecue. We created the ultimate appy snack for your next snack attack. That's That's terrible. Who wrote that? Somebody hire these people, some like, ugh, and all caps in various areas and stuff. Like this was, they hired somebody, like the person who wrote this is like 22 years old and probably didn't score very high in their English class. But here we go. We're gonna. They were graduated from a marketing department of a C-tier university. Ridgie's Extra Honey Barbecue. Very, very heavily colored flavoring here. The powder has a lot of dye in it. Let's. You have to dip it in gluten. I should dip them in gluten. I should have a cup of gluten for when there's like gluten-free food. That should taste more. That should, like, for how much flavor it looks like is on there. Not a lot of flavor. For, like, it looks like that should be a whatever the flavor is, there should be a lot of it. No. What flavor is there? The flavor itself is good. There's just deceptively little. It's not a very intense, like, no, I don't think this isn't a buy again. I don't think this is a wouldn't buy again. I don't think. They taste okay. The crunch is all right. They're better than Lay's potato chips. Lay's should send Old Dutch the sweet chili powder to put on the Ridgies. They still kind of dissolve a little bit as a chip, like, but not like the Lay's where you put them in your mouth and they kind of like dissolve into a paste immediately. These only do that a little bit and not immediately. Yeah, we'll go 5. We'll go right in the middle. It's pretty meh. It's not unpleasant, but would not buy again. But okay. Ridgie's Extra Honey Barbecue, 5. Perfectly meh. And this has been Mike's never had this food before. I'm not just gonna keep eating those. Those aren't good enough to just keep picking up. They're meh. Where can I send you some grits? How would you send grits? I'd have to cook them. I ain't cooking them. Got some stone ground ones there. The best. If they're just like a just add boiling water, like a cream of wheat type, or like an instant oatmeal. Oh yeah, you sure you can send me some grits. If they come with instructions. Send me an email, woodenthingsandstuff@gmail.com, and I'll give you my mailing address to send me some grits. So that I too can enjoy corn paste. I don't think I would not have pictured that being a sentence I would ever say. So that I too can enjoy corn paste. Nacho cheese Doritos is a good chip. I do like um the sweet chili heat Doritos. I like a nacho cheese Doritos too. Oh no, you have to clean them. Takes 20 minutes to cook. Maybe. I mean, send them. Yeah, okay, I'll try them. Brian loves grits and eggs. Yeah, but okay, I mean, I should. Don't judge things before you've tried it. It's just the way that people describe them. You guys were trying to talk me into these things being good, and you could not make them sound good. Like everything that you said that was trying to make them sound good sounded that they would not be good. But I have been wrong before at least twice. Let's make it 3. Why not? So the reason that I'm bucking up some big ass pieces of wood today into smaller ass pieces of wood is that I went to the wood store today. I went to the hardwood dealer to pick up. I have some. I have a couple of classes coming up where we are turning snowmen and gnomes. So I need some maple and some stuff to make hats, whether that's walnut or some dark wood. And all of my maple is big or even bigger out beside the house, like big ass, huge slab chunks out beside the house. So I was like, oh, I'll just go down. I'll get like 2 feet long chunk of 8/4 maple. Or so just to rip into strips and make snowman blanks and and gnome blanks. Nope. Absolutely not paying $20.58 a board foot for 8/4 maple. No. So, here I am, pulled down a big kind of bug holy slab of maple to break down, because honestly, this piece of wood has been hanging around for so long that once I have news on the shop reno, but anyway, when the shop reno happens and it moves out, it wasn't coming back in. So I might as well break it down into usable stuff, because right now it's not. So we'll break that down into bits that I could use for something. I got a big hunk of cherry that's just kicking around my shop that's getting in the way, that might as well get broken down into something. And I've got this sort of 3-inch, used to be a live edge bit of maple as well that I can make into turning blanks. So let's get these things processed down into something I can use and store more efficiently, and hopefully in that I have enough stuff for a couple of upcoming snowman and gnome classes. First trip to a wood yard this week for me. Have a commission, so I need to make something a little special. Hey, sweet. First trip to a wood yard. That's intimidating. I don't know, the first time I went to a wood yard, it was very like, I don't know what I'm doing, and I was kind of like, I don't even know really what questions to ask or whether I can ask questions, or like you use 8/4 in metric land. We do for hardwood. Unfortunately, we are tied to your guys' dumb system. But honestly, I think board foot is a better system in some ways than like cubic meter of wood, because like a lot of the world uses cubic meter, and like I don't know how to break, like in my head I can't even picture like how much of a cubic meter is this board. This board is about 14 inches at one end and 10 inches at the other end and 2 inches thick. That's like what, a 52nd of a cubic meter? Like that's a crappy measurement. So at least board feet makes sense. Cubic meter would make sense if you were buying a truckload of wood. You would buy 30 cubic meters of wood. But when it comes down to a board, cubic meter of wood, it just like 0.023 of a cubic meter. Like, I don't think that makes sense. My wood is my back 25 acres. Ooh. You gotta chop it down, slice it up, and then wait. I want to pick up thick white ash from a local saw guy closer than Cremona, and has a fire sale on ash. Sweet. I would be stockpiling ash right now, I think. If I was somewhere where ash could be gotten and it was nice and it was inexpensive, I probably would still, I probably would be buying in bulk if I had a place to store it. I like ash. Ash is a great wood. And it's getting annihilated by bugs. And they're trying their darndest to come up with ways to save it, but I don't know if they have a good plan. Like, from what I understand, like they don't know if they're going to be able to. Still waiting for the hemlock to dry out. How long has it been down? And have you cut it into wood yet? Because if it's still just a log, it's never going to dry. Get it cut into sticks at least. Like, get it at least made into slabs so that it can get some air on it. I have 2 mountain ash trees that are dead in our yard. Yeah, my understanding is that a lot of people have standing dead ash trees these days. Those can go over there. Sorry about that, old Dutch, but not buying those again. I asked the wood dealers at Woodworking Expo. They said we have another decade and they are overloaded and selling for reasonable price, and the demand isn't high enough. Got a shed? You got a barn? Buy it up, because eventually, maybe if they say they have another decade, it's going to be a while to get the return on your investment. But I would think, because ash is a lovely, lovely wood to work with. If you had a barn and you could get it for dirt cheap right now, think I would. Get it? I would. That wasn't very good. Yeah, give me 2,000 board feet at a buck a board foot or something, and I'll just keep it in my barn, my hypothetical barn that I have. Lineal meters is how I order wood. Yeah, but that doesn't account for thickness though, Eric. How do you do thickness? What's a lineal meter? Would make sense if everything was dimensioned. Like we do lineal feet with like pre-dimensioned like 1x6s and 1x8s and stuff like that. We charge by the lineal foot. But if you're talking about like 8 quarters, 12 quarter, 16 quarter thick, like 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch thick wood, you can't have a lineal meter. I don't think demand will ever match walnut, cherry, and the current darling white oak. Well, no, maybe not. Well, maybe not. Don't say ever. Because if they're all fucking dead for a decade and you got a whole whack of it, maybe. No, probably still not, but this is a curious place. Imani Nera. This is a curious place YouTube has dropped me. Welcome. Thanks for YouTube dropping you here. Yeah, it is a nice vibe. I'm gonna break down some wood. I'm after cherry and olive this week. I got a big piece of cherry. The walnut, 8-quarter walnut at the wood shop today. $34.50 a board foot. $34.50 per board foot. For me to put it up on a lathe and have students play with it? Nope. Australia definitely not using any imperial. No, I know. But I'm curious as to how they do volumetric measurements in smaller quantities than cubic meter. Because a cubic meter of wood, a meter by a meter by a meter of wood, like that's not how you buy boards of wood. Or I guess maybe Eric, is it like, okay, your price per lineal foot or lineal meter is like for 2-inch thick or for 200 millimeter thick, my brain doesn't. 600 millimeter wide, 200 millimeter thick Jara is X number of dollars per lineal foot. But that means that everything has to be dimensioned equally width-wise to have the per lineal foot price. Is that how you buy wood? Is everything pre-dimensioned in thickness or width? Because we don't get our wood that way. Why not pick up some 2-inch poplar dowel for gnomes and snowmen at the big box store? Because this idiot right here had never considered that that's a possibility. Can you get 2-inch thick dowels at the Home Depot? Made out of poplar? I mean, you guys probably can. I don't know if I can. I'm gonna check now, though. Most of our dowel stock that I see is either pine or red oak. And neither of those I want for snowmen. But if I could get poplar, I'm gonna check. Thanks for the idea. If I can get 2-inch poplar dowel, that's the way to go. Except for turning class, like for teaching people, I kind of want to start with a square. I want to have them knock the corners off and go digga 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 and. But be a heck of a lot more. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Maybe I'll get enough random blanks out of this wormy. It's not wormy. Buggy. It was buggy at one point. It's got a lot of holes in it. Did you see Lee Valley second sale is November 6th, Wednesday at noon Eastern time? I did not see that, and it's probably a good thing that the timing works out that I don't have money right then. So that's good. Sometimes I'm upset when the second sale comes and I don't have any money. Right now, I think it's a good thing that it's Wednesday the 6th and I'm not going to have money. I get them at Menards. Yeah, we don't have Menards. I'll look at the depot and see if they have anything that'll work. It's a good idea. I cut up some pop earlier this year. I should get some of that. Still sitting on the burn pile? Yeah, why not? You get a lathe on the way. Grab all the different kinds of wood for practice. I doubt I'll see anything. I'm sitting pretty well. Mostly wants and not high priority. Well, yeah. I mean, it's not about what you need when it comes to the Veritas second sale. It's not like, geez, I've never been able to do this one operation because I don't have a Veritas router plane. But sure would be nice. You know, that kind of thing. Wish we had Menards on the East Coast. Wish we had, well, I don't even know enough about Menards to know whether or not I want it. Isn't it basically like Lowe's and Home Depot? Isn't it the same kind of place? Timber Tramp, new sub, love the channel. Hey, all right, keep it up, mate. That's another Australian. Nobody but Australians say mate. I don't know if that's true. Do people other than Australians say mate? Let's look at this board and try to figure out how we're going to break it down. Kiwis do? Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Anyway, let's have a look at this piece of Brits do too? Oh, okay. This is my hunk of maple. It's got a lot of little buggy holes in it, but it's got some cool spalty areas, possibly due in part to all the little buggy holes. So there's some pretty nice like spalty areas, but it's very crooked and very like, it's got a nice big concave and it's kind of got some punky areas and lots of little buggy holes and stuff in it. So let's just figure out, I'm gonna walk through it bit by bit. I'm not just gonna like rip it down into strips, I'm going to try to make the best use of it. So let's start at one end. Down here. You okay? Down here, this is probably like the cleanest area in terms of like the bug holes and stuff. And it's also got the best spalting in through here. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to get some big sort of bowl blank size things. Out of this section. Got a big crack going right here though. Big crack going right down the middle here. So this section from crack to edge looks pretty good, and some interesting spalting areas. So let's go, hold on. Let's go from that crack, which is about 6-ish inches from that edge. Go here, go about 6, and let's go about 20. If I wanted 3 bowl blanks, it'd be 18-ish. Let's go 22. And I'll cut this out. Like, kind of like this. That, and then if I later decide that I want 3 bowl blanks out of it, I can do that. But if it's super nice in there and I want to like book match it for like a guitar top or something, maybe, or box parts or something, I'll have something manageable-ish, and that'll give us a piece that's at least easy to store and in relatively good shape to be worth keeping. Yeah, let's start there, I guess. So what's the best way to bust this down? I guess jigsaw right there, and then cut there, and then we'll see what this is. Maybe, I don't know. Come over here. Whoa, that's not stable. Yeah, it's okay. We'll go jigsaw, and we'll what are those? Go with like a rough cutty. Breaking down slabs, turning slabs into smaller chunks of wood. It's a good song. So like I said, this slab is about 14 wide at this end, about 10 wide at this end. But it's just in its current state, it's just unusable. So let's get some parts, let's get some stuff out of it that'll get used. Because as it is right now, it's just taking up space. And there's no point in having a big slab of wood that's just taking up space that can't be used as the slab of wood that it is. if this will even. It's pretty thick. It's gonna be slow going, but here we go. All right, now we'll go over here. Go. Yeah, see? That's. You can't use this slab like that. Who's here? Get such a better feeling of space when the camera moved around. All that room around the bench in the middle. Oh yeah, all this room. All this room. Yeah, I mean, I have more room than some people for sure. I have a bigger shop than Paul. So I cut the live edge off the piece of wood because live edges on pieces of wood are stupid and dumb. I know somebody was going to ask, why'd you cut off the live edge? There we go. This is a nice, see now this is a nice manageable, storable size piece of maple now with some fun spalting and things in it. So that's, now I can store that easier than this giant unusable slab. As for the other half of it, other half of that chunk, this is nice and clean in through here. This could be snowmen. Right there. Inch and 5/8. Let's rip off a strip for snowman, because I think that'll make a nice strip for snowman right there. narrow down at that end, but that's zoom in. Got another strip of spalty stuff happening here. But it's all cracked and crap here, so maybe I'll just knock this cracked, rotty stuff off of this side and just leave this sort of 2 inches, so I'll have a 2 by 1 5/8 board to do stuff with, to be determined. Just get rid of the garbage stuff. Then you don't have to decide now what it's going to be used for, as long as it's of a quality that you can use it for stuff. And this is basically just garbage. There's like cracks going all the way through that, down both sides. So that's so far we've got a 6 by 22 that's cool and spalty, and we've got just under 3, so 1 and 7/8, or 2 7/8 by 18.5. We're talking about the bandsaw. Right? Yes, it is. It's the 326. It's the Rikon 10 326 bandsaw. It's the braking system or motor fanciness. I think these days the 326 comes with like a motor brake. I don't know that for a fact. I know they make an aftermarket one that you can add to the older ones. This one's 5 years old. Oh, now we're back. We're talking about Paul's foot. It's the Mike Davies Edition anniversary bandsaw. No, this saw was made by Rikon, but it's got a few personalizations on it. We got Custom Creations Australian made magnet. Is it a magnet? No, it's a business card that I taped to it. I thought it was a magnet. This guy used to make some magnets. I got a TP Guitars sticker. I got another handcrafted by Custom Creations big guy sticker there. And then underneath my light. I've got Country Road Workshop, but this unfortunately lives there. Sorry about that, Eric. My magnet light lives on your sticker, but let's keep breaking down this guy here. Oh, I got that. So this I think will make snowmans. It's got a few little buggy bits, but that's just character. That's snowman blanks for sure. This might end up being snowman blanks, but we'll see. What's next in the slab chunks? This end here is where most of the bug hole bits are. So I don't know, maybe that just turns into one big bowl / platter blank. It's pretty cracked in from the end. I might as well lose that first like 4 inches. Yeah, that's firewood to about there from end checking. Or no, see, this is why you think through these things. If I cut this here and get rid of all these end checks, then whenever I start to work with the rest of this, if I send it through a planer, I end up getting a couple inches of snipe at the end of the planer that I may or may not end up cutting off. If I save this to you, whatever this ends up being, then I know that this can go through the planer and I'm going to end up cutting it off anyway. So I can use that to take the snipe from the planer, knowing that it's going to come off. So let's go. This big limb came through here. So probably going to be some interesting figure stuff. If there's any figure stuff in here, it'll be in through here, underneath this, and through here. Don't really want a knot in the middle of something though. So let's say it's another crack coming through like that. Let's go, here's a crack. And here's the middle of that knot. So let's just go right there. And then this will probably, big crack through here, so we'll probably end up doing like this. Kind of a thing. What's that? 4.5. 4.5. Something like that. And then then we'll look at this side after. Okay, so here's what you can do. Each student gets a standard blank for the first snowman. Then to make it easy, they get a chunk of dowel for the second snowman. Yeah. Well, also what I could do is I could just chuck a piece of square wood and just be like, let's just work on getting this into a cylinder first. And we'll get the feel for the tools. Get this into a cylinder. And then, yeah, you're right. Do it that way and be like, okay, this one's already a cylinder. So now you know how to get it in a cylinder. We can start working with pre-cylindered. Yeah, that's okay. Sadly, gotta go to sleep. All right, later, Dave. Go watch the rest tomorrow. Okay, cool. We'll be back Saturday as well. So this is the makeup show for not being here last Saturday. Is this gonna run into anything? Yes. Yes, it is. It's gonna run into the super router. Now it's gonna run into the I think we're okay now. I feel bad just throwing that out or burning it. I do feel bad just burning this or throwing it out, but realistically, I am never going to do anything with this piece of wood. But looking at the maple prices today at the store, this is probably like $9 worth of maple. I mean, I don't even need it for pen blanks. Like, if I could at least justify like ripping it into strips for pen blanks, but I can't. Like, they'll never get used. Maybe if I was a stabilizer and I could do like some dyed stabilized maple things with bug holes and stuff in it. But as it sits right now, I am going to get no use out of this piece of wood. Sad to say, but that's just the reality. Let's look at this guy now. This feels like it would be wasteful to rip down this line. Oh, baby snowman out of here. I could rip this down straight. Use this to get maybe a few more snowmen. Yes. Yes, let's do that. Three and 3/4. Hey, this is where I want to break. This is where you want the foot brake for your bandsaw. But I'm not paying Raycon aftermarket brake electronic system for the 326. I don't even remember how much it is, but I remember seeing it and being like, nope. I don't know. I have researchers. Somebody want to look up how much the Raycon aftermarket 326 system is? I think it's like an electronic motor brake system, I think. But it's also one of those fancy pants. Like it turns your bandsaw into fancy pants where it's like it senses the thickness and adjusts the torque, and I don't need that. That's not something that I need. It's like it'll know if it's aluminum because of the resistance, and it adjusts all the speed rates and stuff. Damn. Pretty good crack going through right there. That's too bad. I get a couple of snowmen maybe. Crack on this side too. that's snowman blanks for me. That's not student snowman blanks because that's got some cracks in it that I can probably deal with, but I wouldn't want a rookie dealing with them. But for my shop, for stuff for market table, and then again, this is unfortunately garbage. And that is that slab broken down into usable, storable pieces of wood. And that's garbage. Whoops. Garbage. Garbage. So, snowman / gnomes. Maybe snowman gnomes. And some decent usable chunks of wood. This guy's gonna be rad. Whatever this ends up being is gonna be awesome because it's all spalty and like all the way through. So there we go. That's now savable, usable wood that can go back on the rack and not be just garbage slab in the way. Let's have a little sit and then we'll dig into this piece of cherry. This piece of cherry is crazy. But it has some serious problems. Oh, Sean McGill's here. Look out. Congratulations to Sean McGill. Yay. I'm not going to say why, because it's not my place. But congratulations to our friend Sean McGill. Supposedly he's making snowmen. No, I'm breaking down a cracked, twisted, bug hole filled slab that is just basically garbage if I don't make it into parts for other things. So I was looking for snowman blanks because I went to the wood store today and decided that I don't want to pay over $20 a board foot for 8/4 maple. So I was like, I have a 2-inch thick-ish slab of garbage maple that I can probably find enough blanks in. And so far, yeah, it's not as crisp white maple as I want for snowmen, but it's a heck of a lot cheaper. $20, $20.50 a board foot for 8/4 maple. Nope. Yay for massive crippling debt. Yay. Yay for buying a house in the Greater Victoria area. I don't even want to know. I mean, I do want to know, but I don't want to know. Say, I don't, what's 3-bedroom, 2-car garage. I don't know, $2 million. Maybe. It would not at all surprise me if it was 4-bedroom, 2-car garage on flat land in the Greater Victoria area. Yeah, I don't even know anymore. Like maybe it could easily be over $2 million. $5 million. It could be $5 million. The market is so messed up. It could be easily be $5 million. Like, fuck. Maybe, probably not, but it would not surprise me if it was $2 million. What the hell do you guys do for a living to afford the 3? Yeah. Just a touch over $1 million. Okay. I hate to say that is a reasonable price for a home like that in that area. It sounds stupid to be able to say that, but it's like I said, it would not have surprised me if you would have said like 2.2. I would have been like, oh, yep. Almost got it for under asking, but someone decided to put in a last minute bid just to make you pay more money. It was probably Mike Stanifer. That's who it was. He was like, so, I guess we could have done this one. This one's also like a chunk of maple that I'm going to have to take this edge off of and make into something. Process this into something. This is 3 by almost 3.5 there, but only 2 3/4 there. 3.5, 2 3/4 by 3. And then tapers down to almost 2, 2.5. I don't know what to do about that. Go 3. That corner is going to get knocked off anyway when I turn it into something. Well, when I literally turn it into something. So I can make a 3 by 3 by maybe 5, like a lidded box blank. Kind of thing at the end here. Then go down to 2.5 by 2.5 lidded box size. Bigger lidded box, slightly smaller lidded box. Snowmen and gnomes. Let's do that. Whoop. 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 Okay, there. So I'm going, what did I say? 3 by 3 by box size. Like 5-ish. Okay, something like that. Where did I put my goggles? Where's Pinnell? He always knows where I put stuff down. Anybody see where I put my... Glad we found something. I'll be able to have a shop again. Yeah, damn right. Thank you. Thank you to Mrs. McGill for letting him take over the garage. I don't know where I put my damn glasses. Oh, right there. Haha. Okay. Make a cool bookmark. I'll make a nice box. Another bookmark. A spalted maple bookmark. I kind of do want to just make these into bookmarks. I wish I had a drum sander. Boxes, and then snowman. Good gnomes. It'll be a little bit bigger. A couple of gnome heads. Maybe 3 gnome heads. A couple of boxes. That's about 3 by 3. It's about 2.5 by 2.5. Some gnome heads. Let's talk about this hunk of cherry. Because this hunk of cherry is a problem. This hunk of cherry. This piece of wood. This piece of wood has some situations. It's got some awesomeness. But it's got some situations. It's going to take a minute. It's going to take a minute to dissect what I want to do with this. Oh, what's the hacker movie that ends up with him asking the government for Winnebago? That was Dan Aykroyd. And River Phoenix, I think. And that guy that's in a lot of things, but you never remember his name. Who was blind, and he was in the trunk, and they found out where the kidnappers took him because he could hear the seams in the road, and they dialed back and in the timing on the seams in the road on the bridge to figure out which bridge they took him across. That guy. And they had to put the sound of him in a trunk and driving over a bridge, and they went tick, 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 and they slowed it down until they got the seam rhythm right. That's how they found out where they took him. I can't remember which. It was a good show. That was a good movie. Anyway. Put a neon pink sticker or short string on glasses and earmuffs. That's a good idea. I usually just have random pairs just laying around everywhere so that I always am within reach of one. But right now I have like 3 pairs down at the shop that I teach at. So sneakers, that's what it was. Thank you, McGill. My shop is 160 square feet right now, and I can build almost anything in it. 160 square feet, that's like 16 by 10. So yeah, you're a little bit smaller than me. Not a ton smaller than me. I'm about 12 by... I've never actually measured it. I'm about 12 by 20 probably. And if you're 10 by 16, so yeah, I mean, square footage wise, I'm a fair bit bigger than you, but actual functioning space wise, not that much bigger. Paul's in a 10 by 10 shed in his backyard. I don't know if that's a fact. I don't even think I know how big your shed is, Paul. It's not very big. Tyler Peterson, if I cleaned my shop, oh boy, the space I would have. If Tyler cleaned his shop, Tyler's in like a 20 by 40. But he has about 113 usable square feet because of how shit it's laid out. 10 by 16. Oh, okay, so you're the same size as Imani. He's 20 by 30. Oh, well, I think I was close at guessing. But yeah. Rascal says, why don't you add some nice inlaid bows to the splits and make it a table centerpiece? Done. You can name your price. Mainly because I just don't want it kicking around in the current state that it's in. And I am going into a shop renovation where if this was in the state that it's in right now, when it moves out of the shop for the shop reno, it probably won't come back in. So I might as well break it down into something that I can easily store and possibly use over the next little while for stuff for Christmas markets and for turning classes and stuff like that. So as awesome of a piece of wood as this is, I'm just going to break it down and turn it into turning blanks. Because I don't want to deal with it in its current state and do all the finickiness that would be required to make it into something in its current state. And B, I kind of need to process some turning wood. I'm going to have myself a smokerette, and then we're going to figure out how to dissect this. It might start with an axe. Because it's right in through here. It's a big split that goes like from here through up here. And then around this side and up. So I almost think that just splitting that off to start with might at least give me a better idea about what to break this down into. Because there's no point in trying to process that into other things that'll end up just having a big crack through the middle of them. So if I can get the crack, if I just finish the crack and break it apart there, then I know what I'm working with. Maybe drive a wedge into that crack. Well, that's essentially what I'm thinking, is I just like put the hatchet in there and just hit it with a hammer. Same with this edge. This edge is about to come off, so I might as well just finish that too. I happen to have rebuilt a hatchet recently that's right here that I still haven't actually used for anything. So maybe today's the day. Just take care of those first few bits with the hatchet and a hammer. Don't need the jigsaw anymore, I guess. Really only need it for one cut. Did your boss get pissed at me for slinking out on Saturday? Yeah, she did. Should show us how to get a mirror finish with the axe someday. Mirror finish on the axe or mirror finish with the axe? Because neither of those have I done. There's no mirror. I mean, it's shiny-ish, but certainly not mirror. Cut it down for night candle holders. Well, candle holders might be okay. I do like I said, I do need some gnome hats and maybe some more box stock. Like it's 3 inches thick. What is it? Oh. It's, yeah, 2 3/4 inches thick. So I might as well try to take advantage of the thickness of it as much as I can. Once I finish that split and find out what the 2 main parts of it are, we'll have a look and figure out what the best use of it is. But if I can even get sort of 3 or 4 like things like this, I'm absolutely going to do that, because these make great little boxes. But even if I could get pieces like this that are like 18 inches long, I can store that really nicely. And it's not like this. This is impossible to store. It's just literally, it's just kicking around in my shop. I have to move it out of my way all the time. Am I not invited back? Yes, of course you're not invited back. You knew that was going to happen. Like I think it even specifically said in the information brochure. What about the axe? Who, Al? What about it? It's not an axe really, but I'm an adult. I can make my own decisions. Yes, you can. Yeah. It's fine. Everybody's allowed to make the decisions that they want to make. Nobody said you couldn't decide to do that. Let's. Oh, yeah, see, that's like. You can almost play it. Like, you almost strum it. Mirror finish? It's not a mirror finish. I just sanded it. It was just a. I have a video on making this. Well, refurbishing this. It was just a palm sander. Like, it's just a random orbital sander that I went up to like. That's only like 150 grit on a random orbit sander. Let's see if we can split this thing a couple of ways. Maybe over here. Maybe you guys could sit over here. I don't know. Is that gonna? Yeah. Yeah. All right. Okay. Let's see. Take it up to 2,000. For what purpose? What would be the reason to take a hatchet up to 2,000 grit? To make it shiny. Put that in there. Hold on. I say. There we go. Okay. That's spider web. Pretty sure that's like spider web. Okay. Let's see if we can do the other one. The other one's the big one. I don't know. About there. Let's cut a wedge. One of these pieces of wood that I said I couldn't do anything with. Hold on. I have an idea. Why not use the bandsaw? Well, because I'm going to use the bandsaw once I get the actual splits located. Because there's like huge cracks that are going most of the way through, and they're on weird angles. So once I get it separated into like what is the actual wood I can use, I'm going to use the bandsaw. This would be a heck of a hammer right here. Oh, somebody tell Pinnell that he is missing out. Like when next time we see him, we gotta tell him he missed out. I was like climbing up on my workbench with a hammer and a hatchet. This is almost clear of itself. Show you where we're at here. So we got the wedge down in, and it's starting to finish its split. he's standing on his table saw. Oh, you hear it coming? Gotta get it out of there now. Okay, I need another wedge. What's that? That maybe in there? Oh, maybe just. Go ahead and see what's happening. I have a secondary wedge. Yes, secondary wedge for the win. There we go. Okay, now we can look at this. Now let's have a look at it. This is nice section in through here. All of this is good. Probably get another crack right here. Figures I spent months trying to get his fat ass on a ladder for bingo. Yeah, well. Leave for 10 minutes, come back to what looks like saloon carving spoon blanks. Dad Cave's here. How you doing, my friend? I was on a live show, Brian's live show with him a few weeks ago. So we've got this thing split apart now. Let's get something out of here. This limb thing can be its own deal. So I'll just do a bandsaw line there. Just cut that off. And then I'll have a look at what's happening in there. This can be okay, let's cut this thing off. We'll have a look at this and what's left with it. And then we'll deal with this. Yeah. This is a fun show. Tonight's a fun show. All right, let's something with this. That's going to be a cool piece for something. sapwood coming through there. I don't know. This is all sapwood right through here. I feel like a nice big blank of something coming here might make for a cool box. There's big cracks through to about here though. I'm just gonna cut this into something. I'll lose the cracks and cut this into something. I think I'm gonna make it an art. Because I really like the way that the grain is doing this. And I feel like if I just prop this up and like smooth all of that out, I think that would just look really rad as just like an art. Maybe some angle grinder action. And then, yeah, this is an art. This is gonna be an art. This, however, so this is an art. This, I'm gonna do, how thick is this? Get a couple of boxes out of this. Hold on. Like that. I'm starting to see in my head how this needs to come apart. getting dull. Okay. So that's at least now something that I can finish breaking down into crack in there. But box probably. Bandsaw blade is past replacement time, but that's whatever. My bandsaw is less than ideal. Cannot do that as easily with a new Timberwolf. It's also hitting on something somewhere. I don't really want to take the time to figure it out right now. I think it's just a kinked blade a little bit. Haha. That's not the right wheel. What are you doing? Go. Aha. Better. Loud noises. Come on. Well, let's figure out what to do with the rest of this. think maybe I'll just make another one of those cuts. See if I can get another out of here. Some gnome hats or something at least. Might be able to get a bowl. I got lots of cherry bowls. I don't need another bowl. Yeah, I'm just gonna get it processed and see what. I'm overthinking it at this point. that for something. There we go. So. There wasn't a lot of thought going in there. The cherry didn't get as much care and attention, but we've got pretty good size, like 3 by 3 by 26 hunk of pretty clean, interesting grain looking cherry. We've got a thing that's going to be an art. A block that could turn into I don't know what, but absolutely easier to store. 2 by 2 with just a little bit of problem, but absolutely some gnome hats happening. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish, probably gnome hats. Another one over there. Not a student gnome hat, but I could probably get 2 out of here. Piece of 1 inch, not a lot. To probably going to be 2, 3, 5, 6 pen blanks. This is probably what's going to happen here. This is garbage. Let's pen blank this so that it's done. That was a piece of wood fell down there, didn't it? There it is. Oh, there it is. I found it. It's caught in there. Give me that piece of wood. I got it. Okay. Cool. And then whatever this is going to be. It's a shoe. It's an elf shoe. No, I don't know, but I know that there's a lot of cool grain happening in here. So keeping it for something. Like the guy on the other side of the curtain in The Wizard of Oz. I'm behind now. Mill that into boards for segmented turning. I could do a lot of things. I just wanted to stop kicking it around my shop, honestly. Big wave would be a cool lamp. It's true. I think literally all I'm going to do is I'm going to prop this up and I'm just going to like smooth it out. Because I think just making this thing smooth and then finishing it would look cool. If it turns into a lamp, it turns into a lamp. If it just turns into a thing that sits somewhere and looks cool. Because it's like half and half sapwood. Like this is all sapwood. This is all heartwood. So like this front is like it. I think this is going to be rad. If I literally just like smooth it out and finish it. Getting set up for segmented turnings is going to be my goal in my new place. There you go. It's a good goal. You got your segmenty dealio. Your thing, whatever it's called. Segment captain or whatever. Segment captain. Because he gave me one too. He ordered one and it was broken when he got it. So they sent him a new one and didn't ask him for the old one back. So he sent me the old one. He just epoxied the part back together. What's the best size for pen blanks? Not smaller than a 1/4 inch square. You want to make sure that there's enough meat around the outside of the drill bit when the drill is going around, that the drill bit itself doesn't end up cracking the blank. So depending on the kind of pen you're making, but generally I don't go less than 3/4 by 3/4 by 5. Usually I'm closer to about 7/8, 5. Get a Sandoflex. I don't know what a Sandoflex is. Sounds cool though. Just get like a spongy pad for my random orbit sander. Or flap disc on an angle grinder. That'd be a little aggressive. But like a soft pad on my random orbit sander with like 80 grit to get rid of most of this. It's a flappy sandy thing that goes on a drill. Oh, I got those. The little foam things that go on drills. I use them on bowls all the time. You've seen me use those. These things These things that just go in your drill. And then you get like little spongy pads, like foamy pads that soften. And is that what you're talking about? Little flappy sandy thing. I don't know what a flappy, like, used on live edges a lot. Well, only idiots leave the live edges on their stuff. So. Need to find the link, but I can't send it to you. Well, not here, but like we talk other places. But I could throw one of these up with the soft spongy thing. I could fire it up in my lathe and just like take this over to the lathe and just like that's the noise it would make. If you just Google Sandoflex, you'll see. Listen, I'm not going to do the work. It spins into other axis. Oh, so it's flappy. The sandpaper is flappy in this direction. Yeah, I've seen those. I'm not gonna, yeah, if you're not going to do the work to find the link for me. Get your librarian friend to do the research for me, okay? Like we have a research expert available. Oh, that was fun. I liked that show. That show was fun. I'm going to have myself another smokerette. And we'll hang out for... I got a fair bit of power still. We'll hang out as long as you guys want to hang out. Broke down a whole bunch of wood today. I've got some maple for snowmen and gnomes. I've got some cherry for the gnome hats. I need some dark. I really don't want to spend that on one. I'm not buying 8-quarter walnut at $34.50 a board foot to make snowman hats out of. It is not going to happen. I'm going to glue up a bunch of scraps of walnut and make a $34.50. No way. Gonna call it a night. All right, later, Kapla. I'll put this back. Oop, oop. What did I see? Oh, retracted. Backsies. I call backsies. What'd you say, Matt? That you're now ashamed of? You know that I can see that you did that, right? And now I'm going to make fun of you until you, like, say what it is that you were trying to say. I'm considering this shop reno preparation. Made kindling and do not have to move around that wood. Yes, that's essentially what I'm doing. Oh, okay, so update on the shop reno. I said that there was one. I hate the lighting situation in here. Can't get this thing back together because I can't figure out where the little... There it is. Okay. Talked to my parents and got the okay from them to store a bunch of stuff in their garage and have them park in the driveway for like a week-ish. I left it very vague. But it is now a thing that's happening that they are expecting to park in their driveway for a while a bunch of this stuff goes down the street to their garage so that I can do this properly. So, after I get the place clean, ish, next week, I'm going to film a shop tour video, a before, that's going to be released as the 2024 shop tour or something. Then it's go time. And every nice day that I am not busy is going to be taking stuff down off the walls and shifting it down to my parents' place until everything is off the walls and out of my shop, and all the big stuff can just move to the middle. Workbench, table saw, bandsaw. That's about it, really, are going to cluster in the middle. Everything else is going down to their place. Clean, paint, lights, and then move everything back in. It's happening. It's officially happening. Probably week of the one after the Veritas sale. The week after the Veritas second sale. Whatever, 3 weeks from now. So that means that I need to have everything made for Christmas market that isn't a lathe project before that reno happens, because the reno is going to put my shop out of commission for at least a week, but probably 2. So everything that isn't a lathe project that is going up for sale at markets needs to be done by the time that happens. So that's hence the reason that we're doing this tonight, breaking this stuff down, so at least now it's wood and can go away tidily or get used for Christmas market projects. Oh, farted. You guys probably heard that one. That one was pretty good. I've been eating a lot of cashews. I'm a big fan of cashews, but they do, yeah. You guys remember that time that I climbed up on my workbench and like hacked apart a cherry slab with a hatchet and a chunk of maple? That was fun. Remember? Will it be done before I get my space? Well, yeah. If it's not, I might as well just give up. Like at this point, I'm already hoping for like 1.5 out of 5 of my resolutions to actually succeed this year. No, 2. Shop reno and see the good in the world. are hopefully the two of my resolutions. If the shop rental gets done, however, in a reasonable amount of time, and I still have like a whole month of the year left, I could finish a guitar or shop stool or the wall cabinet and get at least like a 0.5 on another one of my resolutions. But we'll see. I've been teaching a lot. This past week, I worked every day last week. I had to blast out a bunch of emails on Monday for work. And then on Tuesday, I taught a class. On Wednesday, I taught a class. I worked all day Thursday. I worked all day Friday. Saturday, I worked like 12 and a bit hours because we did the market on top of my work day. And then I taught on Sunday. I taught wood turning. So I taught 2 painting classes, a turning class, and I worked all my 3 days and I organized and ran a market. It was a busy week. Oh, Oliver Lee, new woodworker here, 1 year in. Good to meet you as well, my friend. You missed a whole lot of, it's woodworking. I was breaking down a bunch of slabs into usable material. I finally have a couple of big chunks of wood that were not going to be used in their state into states in which they can be used and easily stored. So that was good. That was tonight's show. And I'm going to use a bunch of it over the next couple of weeks to make Christmas market stuff. But I think we're just wrapping this one up right now. So you came at exactly the right time to have me saying goodbye. I think. Unless people want to keep talking. It feels like people don't really want to keep talking. These are going to be nice little boxes. Some nice spalty maple. Some nice cherry bits. I don't remember what I said this was going to be. Gnome bodies? Maybe? Doesn't matter. You do this every night? No, I don't do it every night. I do it every week, pretty much. Usually this show is on Saturday nights at 5:45 Pacific. But this past Saturday, I was running a market, so I couldn't do a show, so I did it tonight instead. But next one will be on this coming Saturday night. Whatever the date is this Saturday. Halloween is Thursday, so first is Friday, second. Saturday, November 2nd at 5:45 p.m. Pacific time will be the next live show. And we'll probably, what should we do during that show? Maybe just do some organizing and cleaning so that I can get closer to doing the shop tour video pre-shop reno. I cleaned up a bunch over here earlier this week, late last week, and then I kind of wrecked it again. But got rid of some stuff. Point at things on tool wall for Oliver. It's a weird thing to do. Point at things on the tool wall. just hope the weather gets better so you have more nice days once you get to it. Yeah, but like I said, any day that's once I do that shop tour video, once I record it, I can take any nice couple hours and just move some stuff out and down to my parents' place. And just be like, okay, the reno has started. You guys need to park in the driveway. Give me a clicker for the garage door so that whenever I feel like it, I can access. And I just like load of lumber, run it down. Nice day. Jointer, planer, load of wood down to my parents' place. Fill a tote full of hand saws and hand planes. Take it down to my parents' place. It's only like, I don't know, 10 blocks in normal people blocks. West Coast Campbell River blocks are weird because we're really long and not very wide. So it's like, it's about a 7-minute drive, maybe, not even. The fall weather patterns here have been stranger than I was prepared for. Well, in about a month or so, it's gonna rain every day, all day, for a couple months, minus a few days intermittently where it'll just be sunny for no reason. And then there's another 4 days where it snows. But between sort of mid-November, mid-November to mid-March, wake up and expect that it's going to be raining. It's still strange to me the Pacific North gets coastal weather and rarely snows. Minnesota, Wisconsin is completely white and roads suck. Yeah, that's why we live here. Because at worst, it's raining. I mean, no, at worst, it snowed and we gotta wait for like, the bad part is that because it doesn't snow very often, our snow removal system is garbage. Like, none of the municipalities put any money at all into like actual snow removal equipment. So it's basically like, oh, it snowed. Okay, your community is now shut down for a couple days until the rain washes it away. Which is kind of nice because nobody goes and does anything. So it's not like things need to be open. So it's basically, it's like a couple days off work. Because it's like, why would you bother opening your facility when no one can get to it? Wake up, dark and rainy. Go to bed, dark and rainy. There you go. Victoria has 2 snowplows. Victoria probably has 2. Langford has a couple. Colwood has a couple. Saanich has a couple. I think Campbell River has 2. We're a community of about 40,000 people, and I think we have 2 snowplows. Add deer, hundreds of deer, trying to break in 6 inches of fresh snow. Yep. Just don't go anywhere. Just be like, no, like, do what we do here. Be like, it snowed. I guess I'm not going anywhere. Did I miss anything? Pinnell says. Yes, you did. Ran my bandsaw for like, the bandsaw was probably running for a solid 45 minutes of tonight's show. Turned a bunch of big wood into smaller wood. I even fixed the bandsaw noise. Yeah, it wasn't tracking properly. It was a little bit too far back, and it was just going tick, tick, tick on the bearing every time it went by. So I just had to bring it a little bit further up on the tire. I was playing the new Call of Duty game with Beepinel. Well, that is bad friending. It's good brothering, but it's bad friending. Lori's prepping for heaven. I've been jumping around to different lives, so I guess I missed all the fun. Well, I mean, fun is a relative term. At one point, I did climb up on my workbench and split a cherry slab with a hatchet and a hammer. That was pretty fun. Confirming the wall workbench was there when you got it. You've never seen it empty there. Confirming the wall workbench was there when you got it. The workbench on that side that my drill press and stuff is sitting on? Yeah, it came with the house. It didn't always live there, but it did come with the garage. That's why it's seafoam green like the walls. I did put the pegboard and stuff on it, and I made some adjustments to it. But it's been there since I had a YouTube channel. And it basically just collects things, it's a horizontal surface that collects. This doesn't live anywhere else, so let's put it here for now. And garbage. I meant to ask, do you secure your lathe to that bench top, or does it sit there? No, that one, they just sit. They're heavy enough that they just sit. The old Mastercraft benchtop one was not heavy enough so it did need to be bolted down. But the Comet 2 and the Laguna both don't need to be bolted down. It's fastened to the wall. No, it isn't. It's free floating. It's actually not even against the wall. It's out from the wall by about 4 inches because there's a PVC pipe that was supposed to be dust collection that's running behind it. I think I missed the show last week too. Still haven't been able to watch it yet. The show, well, last week's show was a week and a half ago. Saturday's show was canceled, hence tonight's show. I had to cancel Saturday night's show because I was running a market on Saturday night. And so I did tonight's the makeup show for that one, and then this coming Saturday is back to regular time. Saturday, 5:45 Pacific. Shop reno is still happening, Pinnell. If you'd show up on time, we've had the whole talk. I've confirmed with my parents that they're okay with me taking over their garage for an unspecified period of time for me to move a bunch of stuff into. So once I get the shop clean and I can do my shop tour video, then any nice couple hours that I have, I can run stuff down to my parents' shop or to my parents' garage and start moving it out. And once it's all out, I can probably take a leaf blower to the shop and then do a quick dust after I leaf blow and paint and light and redesign the shop, and then go bring all my stuff back from my parents' place. Friday will be 10/12 of 2024. It's true. It's true. We talked about the resolutions of the year as well. And I'm hoping that I can finish the shop renovation in time to get at least half done one of the other resolutions in the last month, to bring my total up to like a passing grade. So we'll see. If I get the shop reno done by the end of November, which theoretically is a thing that should happen, I'll have a month to either finish the shop stool or the wall cabinet or a guitar. All three of which are well on their way to being done. To be able to 50% complete one of those other resolutions. I mean, who knows? Maybe I get shop stool and wall cabinet done, and that counts as that entire resolution, because that resolution was 2 pieces of furniture. Or a charity project. Well, the charity project is basically a non-starter this year, because the charity project that I'm envisioning is a community build with sponsors and prizes and stuff. So I don't want to just be like, I made a box, I'm going to sell it and give the money to charity. That's not in the spirit of that resolution. Yeah, screw charity. Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said. I don't want to half-ass the charity thing. Okay? God, that's what I didn't say. How long do you say someone should start making things for a season? How long do you say someone should start making things for a season? I don't know what that means. Are you prepared for Christmas market? Almost. I'm closing my shop. Yes, I'm closing my shop, not for a month, hopefully only a couple of weeks, but I have access to my lathes. I have access to lathe down at the Crow's Nest. So as long as I'm done everything that isn't turned for the market table, I'm good, because I can just use the lathe at the shop. And I have like 4 more classes to teach between now and the market. And all I do is I just go set up the class early and then make something for market table while I'm waiting for people to show up to class. So it's like I'll set up for pen turning class, and while I'm waiting for people to show up, I'll just turn a couple of snowmen or whatever, or a couple of pens. Awesome. Look forward to the reno. Yeah, me too. Looking forward to having decent lighting. 6 8-foot LED light fixtures in this shop, going from 4 4-foots to 6 8-foots. How long does it take you to make items for that specific market? In terms of, well, there's a couple of ways to look at that question. Takes me I start preparing for that market. I always keep some stock for markets. So like I always have a supply of bowls and pens and bottle stoppers and boxes just ready. And then so hopefully all I have to do is keep topping it up. So when it, like, I know that I've got a market coming up at the beginning of December. It's a Christmas market. Okay, let's make Christmassy stuff to top up all of the stuff I already have. So like all I got to do is make some snowmen and some gnomes and some ornaments. And now my booth is Christmas booth. And if it's a summer market that I'm doing, then I have all of my regular stuff. And then I'll make some ice cream scoops and barbecue tongs and napkin holders and stuff. And now it's my summer booth. So it's like I have my all the time stuff, and then I just kind of top it up with whatever makes sense. And I don't do a ton of markets anymore. So check out AC Infinity Evo line of grow lights. If you want good area light that is white spectrum, good for color rendering, your top efficient. I have 6 8-foot LED tube fixtures lights from Barina that are going to go all over the roof ceiling. And in my 1-car garage, 8-foot 5,000 K 8-foot LED lights is going to be lots. And then with a couple of little clip-on lamps for like targeted lighting on like the lathe and bandsaw. It's gonna be bright. It's gonna be beauty. And the walls are going from seafoam green to antique white. And I thought about doing the floor while I was at it, but cost and time. I don't want to spend the time to do it, and I don't want to pay to do it. I can't pay to do it. I don't have enough money to do it. So I'm sure it'll be fine just talking from experience. Good light if you hadn't pulled the trigger yet. I've had those lights sitting around for a year waiting for this to happen. I bought those a year ago, I think. My shop is similar size and I have the same lights and it's crazy bright. Your shop is twice the size, isn't it? Aren't you in a 2-car garage? Oh, but you're only in half of the 2-car garage. Do you have 6 of those? We did. They're the same ones that we put up down at the shop for over the downstairs classroom tables. And one of those 8-foot things goes across like 2 of the tables and gives more than enough light for those 2 tables. So yeah, it'll be a lot. Compared to what it is now, it'll be a lot. And I'm going to love every minute of it. Can't wait to see the change. Yeah, me too. I'm not looking forward to actually doing it. I am looking forward to it being done. Sorry I was late and I've missed a few of your lives. Don't ever worry about that. Pinnell is supposed to work for me during these lives, and he only shows up when he feels like it. So don't ever apologize for not being here for a live show. It's always a 3-car garage. Ooh, Mr. La-ti-da. I have a 12 by 26 shop areas, 2 rows of 3 connected together for 2 rows of 24 feet of light. Just over that third bay where your shop is, or is that you have 2 rows? Do you have 2 rows of 3 for the entire 3 bay garage? Because they probably could do all of that. They're pretty bright. Just the shop side. Oh, okay. Yeah, fancy, right, Kev? Like, nice to see how the other half lives. He's got Yatoba floors in that house, too. I think this guy parks cars in his garage. What? Who would do such a ridiculous thing? I have heard tell that some people do that. No cars in his garage. No, he doesn't park cars in his garage. He uses it for storing all of his Beaver products. He has one bay of his garage is for woodworking. The other 2 are for storing all of his Beaver products. Hey, Brian. Hey, Lori's. Everybody's saying hi to each other. Hi, everybody. We're just probably going to wrap up, though. Geez, we're going 3 hours. I was getting work done, but that's good. I'm happy everybody showed up eventually. There were lots of people here earlier. Apparently a different crew all of a sudden just all decided to just come in all at the same time. Family storage / stuff. I dream of a shed to swap the snow thrower and mower out seasonally. Both in there. Yeah. Yeah, that's another advantage. I don't need a snowblower. It's nice. Do have a little shed for the mowers or the mower and old dead bikes and gardening things. Main family house entrance takes us diagonally across the other 2 bays. What? Main family house entrance takes us diagonally across the other 2 bays. I cannot picture this garage setup. I need pictures of how your garage is like. So 2 of the bays also serve as the main entrance to the house somehow, and the 3rd bay you get to use as your shop. I don't get it. I'm gonna have one more cigarette because we're just gonna keep talking, so why not? We're having good convos. I'm excited for my shop reno. Very excited to have the reno done. I hope my buddy Mikey B is excited to be helping and filming, because I don't really like. I want to film it, but I want somebody else to film it. Like, I want it to be filmed. I don't want to be constantly like setting up a camera to take down wood off the wall, or like changing the angle of the camera so that I can grab a tote and walk it past the camera and then put the tote down and go get the camera. Like, I don't want to do. Filming stuff for YouTube sucks, you guys. I'm just gonna tell you. I gotta say, filming stuff for YouTube, or like project videos and like doing stuff videos, it's a huge hassle. Like literally, if Mike isn't here filming, I probably won't film parts of doing it because I really don't want to be like, okay, press record, go back over here, pick up a tote, walk past the camera, put down the tote, come back, hit stop, move the camera. Like it's not fun. Don't do it. If you're thinking about starting a, a YouTube woodworking channel, don't. We've had that talk before though. People ask me that all the time. Tomorrow is my live, and it also happens to be your birthday. Hey, sweet. Unfortunately, I teach again tomorrow night. Brian asked me last week. He's like, he asked me he sends me the link every week. He's like, yeah, and dude, I've been teaching so much on Wednesdays. He's like, how often do you teach on Wednesday? I'm like, most of the year it's only once a month, but the last little while it's been basically every week. Can't you just film it all and just take it? Yeah, I mean you can, but that takes up a lot of memory and it takes up a lot of time to, if you're not good at recording only what you need, it takes up way more time later to go through and find the things that you need. I have found it way more time efficient to only record what you're going to use than to record a bunch of everything and then try to find the bits you want. Go read my last comment. You go read your last comment. Let me know what it says. Where is it? Door to outside in one corner, entrance to the house in the diagonal opposite corner. Have to walk across the hypotenuse of the garage. Who designed that shit? That is garbage. You should change that. Go buy a Beaver door frame, knock out a spot for it on the other side. The one into the garage. Knock a hole out in the other corner. Toss up a Beaver door frame, put the door in there, and then just plaster over the other one. Just fill it with Bondo and just paint it. He must have been drunk. It just, somebody designed the house like that. It's to make people walk all the way across the garage. That's I just probably has access. Oh yeah, you can get. Yeah, I guarantee he has another door into the house. That's not the only door into the house is through the garage. He's gonna have a front door for sure. So is the shop section of the garage on the side where the door goes to the outside, or is it on the side where the door goes into the house? Do people have to walk? Either way, people have to walk through part of your shop. Bondo fixes everything except my last relationship. You didn't use enough Bondo, I don't think. If we pulled the car into the garage, it would be okay for the entrance to the house. but you can't due to the shop area and other junk. Okay. Okay. Sounds like you might as well just turn the other two bays of that garage into shop space. I mean, if it's not getting used for anything else. Doesn't it sound like you should probably just turn those other two bays into shop space? I mean, if they're not being used for other functioning. Well, I guess your shop isn't being used for functioning. Oh, hey, oh. You've probably made more things this year than I have. No, maybe not. Maybe not at this point. I made 11 boxes. Have you made anything this year? Oh, you put in a pool. It doesn't count. There's an overblown grand front entrance, which we don't use on the date. A grand front entrance. Is that different than a regular front entrance? What's a grand? Is it arched or something? Does that make it a grand front entrance? I don't know that term. Didn't use enough Bondo. I wanted to use 2-part epoxy instead, but she was in a 3-part relationship, so Bondo wasn't going to work regardless of quantity. This is true. This is true. What you need to have used was some release agent. Read Fearsome's comment before yours. Oh. Okay. I still don't know what that means. What's a grand front entrance? That didn't help define what that is. Hey, Pinnell, go back and read the comment that somebody made an hour and 12 minutes in. Also, I climbed up on my workbench and split a cherry slab with a hatchet and a maple wedge and a hammer. You missed it. Keep up, Mike. This show goes fast. I know. I'm even on. I remembered to go to live chat like less than a minute in tonight. It's because I'm such a big deal, and there's just so many people here engaging with the show that it's impossible to keep up because of how big a deal I am. You miss him eating bland chips as well. Yes, the Mike's never had this food before. The Old Dutch Ridgie's Extra Honey Barbecue scored a 5. For those who missed it, it's exactly meh. They look like they should be well flavored. Like there should be lots of flavor involved in that chip. Looking at them, nope. Nope. The flavor that's there is okay, but just kind of, eh. I would say like, what did I score? I don't remember what I scored. The Lay's sweet chili, but same idea. Meh. release, Asia. You win the internet today. All right, man. Bye for now. Come back. Normally this show is on Saturday night. So Saturday, Nov 2 at 5:45 Pacific is the next one. Please include photo of your garage pile of junk to make me feel better about the mountain in my garage. Oh, when Pinnell posts his garage? Okay. Yeah, so the next week or so is all about shop cleanup in order to film the shop tour, in order to start tearing apart the shop for the reno. I got my gnome bits. I got my boxed bits. I got some nice boards of spalted maple that are usable now. I got some snowman blanks. I got some gnome hat blanks. Tonight, I'm gonna make an art. I'm gonna make an art out of this piece. Because I was about to hack it up. For those of you who weren't here, I was in the middle of processing all of these big chunks of wood, and I got to this, and I went, oh, I like that. I like this, how this is doing like that. I was looking at it and being like, oh, I'm just going to make this piece into an art. Clean up so you can show the internet the before shots before you clean up. Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna do the shop tour video of what the shop has been like for the last few years. But stay tuned because it's about to change. And then I'll do at least 2 videos during the shop reno about what I'm doing. One of which will probably be just gutting and painting. I'll probably do a separate video on the lights. One on painting, one on lights. And then an overview of the reno with like time lapse of me taking stuff out and putting stuff in. I don't know. I don't really have a plan for the video content portion of the exercise. But it's too messy to show the mess. We showed a lot of the shop tonight, my friend. If you would have been here, you would have seen a lot of it. Camera moved around a fair bit. You were too busy playing Call of Duty. Like some kind of internet video game loser. Do an electrical tutorial. That's what I'll do. I will teach people how to install electricity. No, I won't. No, power should be fine. I am going to run, I think I figured out that I'm going to run one extension cord from that plug right there down and around to the dust collector that's going to be on this wall running these tools or collecting from these tools. Because this wall only has 2 circuits. It has 3 circuits on this wall. But one of them, this one right here, is also lights and dust box. So, while cleaning up, make a sarcastic shop vac tutorial. I should make another shop vac. I should buy another shop vac and do another shop vac unboxing. That's what I should do. That's one of the few videos that I've made that has made me more money than it cost me to make. It's buy another shop vac and unbox it for the shop reno. Help pay for the shop reno. What was that? Circuits or outlets? Circuits. So that wall has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 circuits. This wall has 1, 2, 3. So one of those circuits would be best used to run around to be dedicated for the dust collector on this wall that's going to be collecting from all the tools along this wall. And then this one, this circuit can run dust box, hanging dust box and lights, and maybe, I don't know, sander, drill press, something like that. This one of these circuits can have a power bar that runs like 3 or 4 tools that can only run one at a time because I can only use one at a time. Guaranteed success. Proven value. That's right. All except next, it won't be a DeWalt. It'll be, I don't know, a different brand of shop vac. Beaver. Get a Beaver shop vac. YouTube is like life, but completely backwards. I guess it depends on the YouTube. Yeah. I don't know. This YouTube channel is exactly like life because that's what this YouTube channel is. Like not a lot of pretending happening over here. It's probably why not a lot of people watch this. Because why would you? I mean, people have enough of life that they don't want to spend time watching it on the internet. They want to watch pretend make-believe. People reacting to other videos. People want to watch that. I don't get it myself. Like, you just steal somebody else's video and then you put your head over the front of it and watch it. Watch and talk about what you're watching. And people want to watch that. I don't know why. You are a rarity. We appreciate it. I know that you guys do. Okay, Boomer. I know. Everybody can like what they like. I don't need to understand it. Why Chris Devo, guys? Why knee music sucks was a ride. People did not agree. I don't know what that means. I don't need to know what that means. I will say, I have a guilty pleasure in terms of that type of stuff. I do like that chef guy who does he does, I think his name is like on Instagram is like Chef Reacts or something like that. And he's just like a dude, like he feels like you could hang out and have beer with him. He feels like a dude just like kind of like me. And he watches people making things on like cooking videos and he just rips them apart. He's like, why would you do that? This is stupid. Like it's pretty funny. I do like him. But he doesn't put floating head over the front of their video. Like it's like a split screen kind of situation. He's honest. Like if he thinks like that's actually a pretty good idea, he'll say it. Like he's not. And sometimes he's got people that are like, he's watching videos of people who are actually making something good. And he's like, yes, that's good. I absolutely will eat the shit out of this. He rates all the food out of 10 if he would eat it. That's right. And almost all the time he says like, okay, well, I guess I'd try it because why not? But yeah, like 0.3 out of 10, fuck it, I'd try it. He's pretty funny. I do like him. Okay, 3 hours and 15 minutes. Let's cut her. Let's go. I enjoy watching classical composer reacts to Metallica. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Like everybody can like what they like. I also like, they're not reaction videos, but I like the ones, who does them? I think like a big, relatively major company does them, but it's like somebody that they get an expert in a field that answers questions from the internet. Like they'll be like an etymologist, like answering insect questions, and he'll just like go on Twitter and be like, this person is asking about why ants are little. Well, let me tell you about, like, and it's just like they're actually smart, and you feel smarter after watching these videos, even though like you shouldn't, because they're done by like Vanity Fair or some nonsense, some crap company. Wired, that's who they are. Is it? Is it Wired? But it's like, you know, somebody answers, like they get like actual virologists who answered questions about bacteria and stuff. And it's something support. It's whatever support. It's like, this is meteor support by astrophysicist, and he just answers questions about meteors. Great live. I'll rewatch the live. Good night, everyone. All right, bye. Bye, Heather. Okay, let's call it. I keep saying that. 3 minutes and three. I don't even drink anymore, and I'm still doing shows that are over 3 hours long. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe, everybody. We'll see you on Saturday night, regular time, regular place. Doing something, probably cleaning. The Z Frank turn from prior content to animal facts. I don't know what that means. I don't know who Z Frank is, but that sounds great. Animal facts. I like animal facts. Bye for now. That was a good show. I did a lot of cutting. My hatchet got used. I finally used my hatchet. It did good work.